So we're talking about perseverance and how we keep going. And now I can speak from experience, continued experience about perseverance and going through dark times or going through times that you perceive that are never ending and dark times. We all have these moments where we're like, oh, I can't catch a break. I can't do this. I can never get this done. But yet we are there. We're in the moment saying we can't get this done. We not, this has happened. It already happened, but we're here. We're still here. We're complaining about it. So you're getting through it, right? For you to be able to say that I can't catch a break and these things keep happening means that you have gone through it, and and you have succeeded in going through it. So that's one thing that we need to understand, is that every time you say something like that, you're going through it. You are still living. You're here. You're in the moment. So I think that if we keep a perspective, a certain perspective in our lives, that we're able to keep going and persevere. As you can see, I'm sitting back in my backyard. Look at my garden in the back, and my pipe in my hand. I already had my coffee. Yeah, see, had my coffee, and now I'm drinking some water. And we finished a bottle and a half of wine last night. So we're doing well. But everybody goes through certain things. The Stoics, and I always go back to the Stoics. And if you've seen our posts, if you've seen in the things that I say, I really think that Stoicism has a very unique and I know it, for me, it has a really great place in my life, because it has grounded me. It makes me realize what I'm doing in the moment, and what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. And the Stoics provide really great lessons on how to keep going. Okay. And some of those things I have definitely taken to heart, and I do, at least I try to do every day. And the other one of the things is accepting. Now, it's kind of strange, and I say accepting your fate. That's what they say, But it is, Epictetus says, and one of the great Stoics, he says, don't seek things to happen the way you want them. Rather, wish that they happens the way it happens, and then you'll be happy. So don't look for things to happen the way you want. Just wish that it happens the way it happens. And that's a huge part for me, because most of the time I plan out my day. I'm a creature of habit. If you've played college sports, professional sports, you go into a routine. And when that routine doesn't happen, you are you're depressed. You're sad. You're like, oh my gosh, you just ruined my whole day, and now I have to think about something else. So, or I have to do something. I have to plan now for this to happen and this to happen. So, and what that means, accepting your fate, is, and what that quote is like, don't seek for things to happen the way you want. Accept that things are going to happen the way it happens. And once you understand that, then you will not build up this anticipation and then be let down. Things are going to happen regardless. Okay? And it goes back to the control, right? Only control what you can control. But things are going to happen the way it happens. So let it happen. Once you understand that, then I think, it makes it easier for us to understand. So just wish that what happens the way it happens, and then it'll make you, it'll then you'll be happier, because then you're not going to be let down by things that don't happen. Another thing that the Stoics say is don't complain, right? Everything happens. Everything happens, right? So if you know it's, if you understand that, and it goes back to the first point, if you understand things are going to happen, and you can spend all the time complaining about something, but what does that do? Does that change anything? Is it going to make the situation any better? Is it going to change anything? Right? So it happens. Okay. So instead of spending that time complaining, cursing, and being angry at somebody, or being angry at yourself, or being angry at a situation that doesn't care how angry you are, move on to fixing it, changing it, doing something else. Right? So you're angry that a glass fell off the table. Well, who are you angry at? What are you cursing, screaming, and kicking and yelling going to do for the broken glass on the floor? It's still broken. It's still on the floor. It's not going to get itself up and say, "Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Let me get myself back up." No, it's not going to do that. So you've wasted all that time and that energy and that negative energy, angry at an object that doesn't care, or has no ability to care that you're angry. And another thing that's really key, and I learned this early, and with death in the family, death of friends, loss of job, when you're younger, loss of a girlfriend, loss of a wife, or loss of, you broke up with your favorite girl or someone, that whatever. It's not the end of the world. It's not. Okay. And again, I think these things are 90% of your issues. Is not the end of the world, right? You lost your girlfriend. Oh my gosh, I don't have anything. It's not the end of the world. Realize that what you are going through at that time, you're not the only person. You're not the only one. It hasn't. It has happened before, and people have gone on. You are not the only person going through what you're going through. So it's not like, it may feel that way. It may feel that you're alone. It may feel that, oh, I have nothing else to do. But it's not. And once you understand those two things that we talked about, that accept the fate, accept what's happening, and don't complain, that you will be able to internalize and say, okay, you know what? Shit is fucked up. This is fucked up. I fucked up. Now, what am I going to do? Give yourself some time to wallow in it. And the Stoics say that, don't complain to yourself, or don't speak bad of yourself. I kind of tend to lean toward, give me a moment. Let me be over dramatic. In my mind, let me be over dramatic, or in my space, let me be over dramatic. Let me get that out. Okay? You want to take a time to go to the bar. You want to take time to sit back, relax, just have a drink, or just work out, hit some golf balls, hit some baseballs, whatever. Take time for you to get that anger out. Fine. But realize it's not the end of the world. Realize that you have the power within you to do better the next time. To do better again. I think I made this quote, don't despair about the last fuck up, because you're going to fuck up again. Right? And it's not what you do, it's what you do after you fuck up. Right? So it's not the end of the world. You have the ability to pick up the pieces and keep moving. Okay? And that's huge. Because if you wallow in your self-pity, you're stuck there. Right? So and that's just that's huge. And again, just don't sit there. Don't sit there and take it. You know what I'm saying? Do something about it. Yeah. And I understand about, it's a different thing to say it, right? But say it so that when you get there, you know that you have an out. You know that you have the ability to get yourself out of that. right? And I thought the same way. It's like, oh yeah, it's so easy for you to say, oh yeah, because you're not going through this. No, no, I'm not. But you know what? I did, and I am. But I know that, when I get there, I know I have the ability, and I know I have the thought process to figure a way out, to get out. I know that there is a way out. So that's the important. That's the mindset we're talking about. You know, I think that there's another one that I like that the Stoics offer up. Is pretty much, and it's all along those same lines that we're talking about. Is stop torturing yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Epictetus says, and I always go back to Epictetus because he has some great quotes. He says, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." Right? It's about we languish more in our imagination than in reality. You know, so we suffer not from the events, but how we judge them. So how many times you make up these concocted stories about these scenarios in your head that's going to happen, or you prepare yourself. Whatever's going to happen, again, it's going to happen, right? So don't anticipate and plan. What's the saying? Hope for the best, plan for the worst, right? That's key. But again, do not think negative thoughts about something that's going to happen. Let it happen, let it be, and then move on, right? Because the time you spent thinking about, oh, this and that and this and that, that's wasted time. That's a wasted life right there. You've put yourself in a scenario that is not happening. It hasn't happened. So why waste your time? Why torture yourself in that moment? If things are going to happen, let it happen, and then you internalize it, take it in. See, it's not the end of the world. You have the ability to change things, to alter things. Then you do that. But don't waste your time sitting and torturing yourself and telling yourself how bad you are or how bad things are. Don't do that. And you have your own set of resources. You have your friends, you have your family to lean on, talk to. And you may necessarily not have to go into what you're going, what's going on. If you just need someone to talk to, get your mind off something or get your mind off what's going on, pick up the phone and call somebody. You'll be surprised that, that your friends may be going through the same thing, and they may, and they didn't want to reach out. And that's huge. I've leaned on all my resources many times, and they don't even know it sometimes. I just pick up the phone just to call, just to joke, just have a laugh. And that helped, put things in perspective. So I think those are really key. I think definitely use your resources. It's not the end of the world. Stop torturing yourself. Don't demand better, and accept what's going on, and then move on from there. Right? You got this. We got this far. Right? So keep on going. Keep on trucking. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. Amore fate. Okay? Accept the fate. Love life. Do what you got to do. Because we're all going to die. and there's nothing promised. The next second is not promised. So live like you're going to die tomorrow, because you will. Tomorrow is not promised. So take in everything. Take in the moment. Those little things that you made yourself angry. You're like, why did I get angry about that? Like, why? In the bigger scheme, it doesn't really matter. Live your life. Be happy. Hug that person. I know it's hard sometimes. Trust me, I know it's hard. I go through all that stuff every day. But the overall picture is larger than that microcosm of anger that you go through because somebody keeps calling you every day, or you know or you can't get your VCR to work. Remember those days? You can't get the blinking 12 o'clock to stop blinking. It's larger than that. So if we could put things in perspective, I think we will be better. Hey, and we'll live longer. You know, can't have a heart attack nowadays. Everything can give us a heart attack. So, hey, thanks for joining in, and remember, Amari Forte.